Hornet Heaven, 2023 Easter Special. Luketon, written by Ollie Wiccan, read by Colin Mace. Earth Season 2022-23. It's been dreadful. The one game when you'd want Watford to put in a proper performance, and they've played like this. At the Kennel. He should never have come. Other people dashed to the ancient turnstile when the programmes first arrived in Hornet Heaven, but he wasn't keen. Then he heard the result, and people said Watford had been terrible. He felt he needed to see for himself exactly how terrible. Now he knows. He thinks to himself, I feel like I've seen this performance before, over and over again this season. I really don't want a repeat of it here. He stands under the Oak Road roof as the Watford players slope off the pitch at the end of the game. The fans in the land of the living are shouting at the players. He understands their anger. There's also a man he recognises from Hornet Heaven, who's dishing out some real abuse. Not nice at all. Poisonous, actually. Oh dear, I don't want to hear that, Bill Mainwood says to himself. He makes his way back to the ancient turnstile and goes through. But Bill doesn't arrive on Occupation Road. He finds himself back inside the kennel. Hey, how's this happened? Bill goes into the Oak Road stand again. It's the same match, but it hasn't started yet. The same set of Watford fans from the land of the living are loving the pre-match atmosphere. The other man from Hornet Heaven notices Bill. Back for more of this shit? I beg your pardon? I've tried to leave hundreds of times, but it brings me straight back. Is it the same for you? I've been here for fucking days. He says his name is Rupert, and he thinks they're stuck in some kind of fucking loop. Bill isn't keen on the man's language, so he excuses himself to try and work out how to leave Kenilworth Road. But Rupert follows him. The match kicks off again. Bill wants to start thinking about how to escape the time loop or whatever it is, but he doesn't get a chance because Rupert is in his ear the whole time. Rupert is vicious towards the players, vicious towards the club's owner and directors. Everything at Watford is unacceptable. The place is rotten from the top down and to the core. Bill says he's just going to try the turnstile again. See? There's no way out. Bill nods and walks past Rupert into the Oak Road stand again. Bill watches the kick-off again. He remembers what he was thinking the first time, that he was tired of the season and just wanted it to end. Is this Hornet Heaven punishing him for wishing that? Rupert joins him. Rupert says that the players are pampered ponces. A certain member of the club's staff is a cancer who needs to be cut out. Bill thinks it's time to try the turnstile again. The universe is telling us the truth, Bill. No one can move on until Gino Pozzo goes. Shh. Please. I'd like a bit of peace and quiet to think things through for myself. Bill's perfectly aware that the season isn't going the way that the club, the players and the fans would want. But he's not comfortable with Rupert's negativity. Rupert said the club's culture is toxic, but so's Rupert's attitude as a supporter. Rupert called the owner and chairman a virus within the club, but it feels like Rupert is trying to infect Bill. Rupert comes up to Bill and starts poking him. He says the time has run out for thinking things through. Now is the time for protest. Bill thinks now is the time to keep trying the turnstile. Bill sees Rupert waiting for him inside the kennel again. Rupert is about to say something, but Bill hushes him. Shh! For goodness sake! Bill turns on his heel and marches straight back out through the turnstile. And finds himself back on Occupation Road in the eternal sunshine. Thank goodness! He walks up the slope towards the Troy Deeney atrium, trying to make sense of what just happened. What was it all about? How did he manage to get out? He has a couple of ideas and reckons he ought to go and tell Rupert how to escape. But on the other hand, Bill thinks to himself, Rupert could be left to discover the answer for himself, if he can just take a break from his impatience. Bill carries on walking through the sunshine. There's no real hurry for Rupert to rejoin everyone else in Hornet Heaven, he decides. Where Rupert is, in a time loop in an everlasting paradise, he's got all the time in the world. The end. Loopton was written and produced by Ollie Wickham. It was read by Colin Mace. For more information on the Hornet Heaven stories, please visit hornetheaven.com. Thank you for listening.